Have you ever found yourself in a place that just feels wrong? A place where something unseen lurks beneath the surface, where silence isn't peace, it's a warning. This is the story of Daniel Carter, a man who stumbled into a town where no one speaks, where the people live in fear, and where silence is the only thing keeping them alive. Daniel Carter was on his way home from a business trip when his GPS malfunctioned, leading him down an unfamiliar road. The sun had begun its descent, casting long, eerie shadows across the empty highway. His fuel gauge blinked, almost empty. "Daniel, great, just what I need." He pulled into a small town, one he had never seen before, despite traveling this route often. The town looked ordinary. Quaint little houses, a gas station, a diner. But something felt off. There were people, few, but present. An elderly man sweeping his porch, a mother guiding her child across the street, a store clerk arranging apples in a crate. Yet, none of them spoke. No idle chatter, no greetings. Just silence. Inside, a man stood behind the counter, eyes darting nervously to the windows. Daniel approached. "Daniel, hey, can I fill up my tank?" The man nodded briskly. No words. No smile. Just a nod. Daniel hesitated. "Daniel, all right, weird." He handed over his credit card. The attendant took it without a sound, processed the transaction, and returned it swiftly. Still, no words. "Daniel, what's up with this town? You guys allergic to talking?" The attendant's eyes widened in sheer terror. His hands trembled as he pointed a shaking finger toward the door. A warning. A silent plea. Daniel entered the diner, expecting some liveliness. Instead, he was met with hushed whispers that died the moment they noticed him. A waitress stiffened, gripping her notepad. The cook behind the counter froze, eyes darting to the darkening street outside. "Daniel, okay, seriously, what is going on here?" No answer. Just shifting eyes and tense shoulders. Then, the little girl from outside, the one with her mother, tugged at his sleeve. She looked up at him with wide, frightened eyes and whispered the first words he had heard all evening. "Little girl, shoo. It listens." A chill ran down Daniel's spine. He crouched to her level. "Daniel, who listens?" The mother snatched the girl away, shaking her head violently. She pressed a finger to her lips. Daniel could see tears welling in her eyes. She was terrified. The entire diner froze. The cook switched off the lights. The waitress dropped to the floor, cowering behind the counter. The mother clutched her daughter tightly, hand over her mouth. The only sound was Daniel's own breathing. Then, he heard it. A slow, deliberate tap, 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 against the glass of the diner's window. Daniel turned slowly. A dark, towering figure loomed just beyond the glass. Its body was obscured by the shadows, but its eyes, if they were eyes, glowed dimly, piercing through the darkness. "Daniel, what the hell is that?" SFX, another loud tap, then silence. Then, the door creaked. The figure was inside. Daniel could feel its gaze burning into his back. His pulse pounded in his ears. He barely dared to breathe. Daniel resisted every urge to turn around. The mother had said nothing, the waitress had said nothing, the cook had said nothing. No one spoke. So he stayed silent. It was gone. For now. The waitress, pale and trembling, finally whispered. "Waitress, you need to leave. Before dark." Daniel didn't need to be told twice. He rushed out, sprinting to his car. The attendant was already outside, refueling his tank as fast as possible. The second the pump clicked off, he shoved the nozzle back, slammed Daniel's hood shut, and waved him off frantically. Daniel started the engine. "Daniel, what was that thing?" The attendant only shook his head. But as Daniel turned onto the road, he saw something in the rearview mirror. The shadow was still there, watching. He didn't stop until he was miles away. His heart still pounded. His hands shook. Daniel Carter escaped that night, but to this day, he still wonders. What would have happened if he had spoken? If he had acknowledged the thing lurking in that town? Some places have rules. Some places demand silence. And some places, if you break that silence, beat, eerie music swells. You won't live to regret it. They say photographs capture our souls, preserving moments that time tries to steal. But what happens when those moments change? When something, or someone, vanishes from history? Daniel Carter had never been one to dwell on the past. But one rainy evening, while clearing out his late mother's attic, he stumbled upon an old box of family photos. A box that would make him question everything he had ever known. First discovery, Daniel flips through the album, smiling at childhood memories, but then, his expression darkens. He leans closer, eyes narrowing. "Daniel, wait, that's wrong." At first, he thought it was just an old photo damaged by time. Maybe a printing error. But as he turned the pages, the horror grew. Close-up of more photos, each showing his family in familiar places, birthdays, vacations, school graduations, but Daniel's face is always missing. Either blurred, scratched out, or replaced by an eerie void. "Daniel, no, this isn't possible. I was there. I know I was there." He frantically flips through the pages, hands shaking. Every single picture he remembers being in, erased. It's as if he never existed. Deepening mystery determined, Daniel pulls out more albums, some dating back to his infancy. He even finds a baby picture where his mother is holding nothing in her arms. Just a space, as if he was never born. A cold wave of dread washes over him. He grabs his phone and scrolls through his digital gallery. His childhood photos, gone. His old birthday pictures, missing. Even his social media posts, every image of himself, vanished. Daniel's breathing grows ragged. His hands grip his head as he gasps. "Daniel, this has to be a joke. A sick joke." But who could alter every physical and digital trace of him? Seeking answers the next day, Daniel visits his sister, Emily, holding the album tightly. "Daniel, Emily, look at these. Tell me you see something wrong." Emily flips through the pages, her brow furrowing. "Emily, I don't get it. What am I supposed to see?" "Daniel, me. I was in these pictures. But I'm gone. Erased." Emily looks at him, confused, and laughs nervously. "Emily, Daniel, you're joking, right? We don't have a brother." The room falls into silence. Daniel stares at her, heart pounding. "Daniel, what did you just say?" Emily looks at him with an unsettling mix of pity and confusion. "Emily, Daniel, I don't know who you are. I'm an only child." The walls seem to close in. A cold sweat drips down his neck. He rushes past her, heading to their old childhood home. the ultimate revelation, he bursts into their father's study, where their elderly father sits in a chair, gazing out the window. "Daniel, Dad. You know me, right? You remember me?" His father slowly turns, studying him with dull, vacant eyes. "Father, who are you?" A deathly silence lingers. Daniel stumbles back, eyes wide with horror. The world around him is unraveling, reality slipping like sand through his fingers. He races through the house, searching for anything that proves he is real, his childhood room, his old trophies, his name on the walls. But there is nothing. As if he had never lived there. "Daniel, this can't be happening." Whisper, "You were never meant to be." The air grows suffocating. The lights flicker violently. Shadows stretch unnaturally across the room. And then, he remembers. The accident when he was a child. The river. The cold water. The hands that had tried to pull him back. Daniel falls to his knees, gripping his head as distorted memories flood his mind. Daniel Carter had drowned when he was 7 years old. But something unnatural, had let him linger. A ghost walking in a life he was never meant to have. But time had finally caught up. The whispers grow louder. The shadows twist around him, pulling him into the darkness. The last thing we see is his terrified face as he fades away, erased from existence. Some people are forgotten. Others were never meant to exist, at all.